Hello, Saddlers fans, and welcome to the first ever Saddlers podcast. In this series, we will be catching up with Saddlers players and perhaps former players in time as well, getting to know them a little better and talk about their careers. Our first guest is none other than defender Priestley Farquharson. Priestley, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. How's your day been?
Been alright, just come from training, so a bit tired, but I'm alright.
Good session?
Yeah, it was alright. Pauli's in now, so that was a bit different. Gaz is gone, so hopefully he's alright.
Good first day with Chris Powell?
Yeah, good. And he's a Tottenham fan, so that helps. So I was getting battered by the Arsenal fans, but they haven't won anything. So
there you go, Saddlers fans. You found out what team Priestley supports, the Europa League winners.
Yeah, come on, see? Europa League winners, Arsenal nothing.
Well, that could be a debate that could rumble on for the whole podcast, but we'll get into things, Priestley. So let's get to know you a bit better. So growing up, how was your sort of childhood? And because I believe you were born in Halifax but grew up in London. So what's your story?
Yeah, born in Halifax. Everyone thought I was born in Wales or London. Everyone's a bit mixed up, but yeah, it is Halifax. That's where my mum's from. So yeah, I was born there. Didn't stay there long though. Probably, I don't know, 6 months. And then my mum moved down to London, and then I grew up in London. So yeah, I have no really memories of Halifax at all. Obviously, it's too young. So yeah, London's where I grew up in Hackney till I was about 10. And then I moved to South Woodford, where, yeah, that was like my primary school, secondary school sort of days.
Good stuff. So what was London life like?
London life? That's an odd question. It was all right. It was, everyone was outside playing Power League, having a laugh. Yeah, London's good, but don't get there nowadays. It's a bit manic, I think.
Yeah, I can imagine. And so was it always football? Was that always the dream for you as a kid?
Yeah, I think so. I started football quite late, to be honest, like 10 maybe. And then you just get into it in school and just keep playing it. And yeah, I think it was my dream. I didn't really have a dream, really. Just playing football, and then I happened to be all right at it. And just, good at it. I didn't really have a dream, to be honest.
So there was other interests as well as a kid, or would you say playing football ended up becoming like the main hobby for you, if you like?
Yeah, literally the main hobby. I started my first team was in Hackney. I can't even remember the team. That's bad, isn't it? I just remember the mad manager. His name was Richard. He's a madman. And then I moved to South Woodford, and then my second team was called Ilford Colts. And then that's when I started loving football and stuff. And then I fell out of love with football when I was like 15, 16 after Wycombe. And then I literally stopped playing football. And I thought I wouldn't be a footballer then. I went back to uni and then I started playing it again.
So how did your move to Wycombe initially come about? So obviously you must have been playing really well for your junior teams, and then obviously Wycombe, the first sort of professional club. So how did that come about, and what was the sort of story there?
So I was playing for a team called Woodford Youth, and then playing well there. Then I went to District. So District was a big thing. It was Redbridge District. And then Josh, he's in the Prem now, Josh Laurent.
Yeah.
His dad was a scout for Wycombe, I think. And then I just had a trial there, and then I got in. That's how I got to Wycombe. But it was like an hour journey every day. And my mum just had my sister, and there was a crying baby in the car for an hour there, hour back. It was a bit of a nightmare, but big up to my mum for doing that. And that's how I got to Wycombe. And a lot of the journeys were my actual school teacher used to take me with another boy every day after school. So shout outs to him as well. Pete Harris, his name was. So my school teacher believed in me and took me.
That's obviously big commitment. I imagine that wasn't probably part of his job description when he first took that job.
That sounds a bit dodgy, doesn't it? No, but it was like a family friend and a teacher. So
yeah,
he just helps us bring. The other guy was called Lewis Englishby. So yeah.
Good stuff. So obviously you said that you sort of fell out of love with football after Wycombe. So what was it that sort of happened there, and why did it sort of make you feel like that?
So Wycombe, I got released from Wycombe, and then they closed down their academy. I don't know if they have one now, but they got rid of their academy, and I was thinking, I'm going to be a footballer, and then lots of all the stuff with mental health and players getting released, and it's the end of the world. That was the sort of thing with me. I was like, I don't really want to play football anymore. And then my mum just kept believing in me, and my dad kept believing in me, saying, you can keep doing it. So I kept going to these like football camps and things like that. And one of them was Brentford one. And then one of the Brentford coaches knew England beach soccer coach. So we went down there to have a kickabout. And that's how I got introduced to the beach soccer. Because I weren't playing football at the same time. I was just doing beach soccer.
Yeah, so obviously the beach soccer was something I wanted to talk to you about because it's very, very unusual. So when you got introduced to that, what was the initial conversation?
I remember the day, actually. So, yeah, to get there, I wasn't actually going to go because I was like, what is beach soccer on the sand?
Was this just for like a camp or a game or?
So this development thing I was going to, the coach knew the England manager, and they said, let's go down. Like, just bring a bunch of boys to go down and have a little kickabout with the English beach soccer team. So it was in Bournemouth, and I'm from London, and we was going to get the train, and then the tube obviously didn't work. So we got one stop, and then I can't remember, the tube just broke. And I was like, forget it. I didn't really want to do it anyway. My mum was like, nope, we're going. So we got the train back to mine. And my mum drove me all the way to Bournemouth. I was like 45 minutes late because of the trains and stuff. And then we got there, and it was just freezing, cold. My feet were freezing. And I was like, this is a bit mad. And then I ended up just playing well, having a bit of fun. And then he just asked for me back, the England manager. And I was only doing that development thing really because my parents wanted me to do it. And then I was like, might as well just do it, have a bit of fun. Then I got to travel around the world.
So that first time you ever tried beach football, I mean, did you even hear of it? Did you even know it existed before? And did you actually, after that first injury, go, I actually quite enjoyed that?
Literally that. I didn't even know, never heard about it. Kicking football in sand, I'm thinking, you just do that on holiday. But then there was the actual team, and then the way they do it was a bit exciting. It's a bit like overhead kicks and scoops and all of that stuff. And then, I just ended up enjoying it. And then there were some good people there. Taylor, Aaron, Mitch, and Terry, the one who brought me in. And, it was a good laugh.
Yeah, and there was... So am I right in saying you helped England to, is it 6th in the Euro Beach Soccer League competition? And it was sort of staged in different countries, is that right?
Yeah, I can't even remember what one that was. Because there was a time where I sort of left because I was at uni and I was playing football again. And
back in like normal non-league clubs?
Yeah,
back then. Yeah,
that was Hayes and Yeddon.
Yeah.
And then for this tournament, I think it might be that one you're on about.
2018?
It might be that one. And then they were like, just come for this one because it's like a big one to get to up a thing, like a league or something. So I was like, yeah, I'll go. And I think that's the one you're on about where I scored.
Yeah, I've got it. Goal v Bulgaria.
Yeah, I think that was the one. And yeah, we got basically, I don't know if it's dodgy ref. It looked like it was fixed or something, but basically we should have went through and the ref gave us mad decision. Like everyone was like, what is going on? And then we went out and I was gutted. And then I think that was my last time I went. But yeah, that beach soccer was unbelievable. That's what got me sort of back in, not love with football, but like, you're basically playing football again, but on the sand.
So you got your enthusiasm back.
Literally, basically that. Got the buzz sort of back. And just travelling the world was just crazy. Like, just seeing all different cultures and stuff. Like, Tahiti was
Wow,
the best place. I didn't even never even heard of it before that. It was just amazing, and the people there and everything. So beach soccer was a big part of my life, and I enjoyed it.
So what are like the differences? Is the ball different? Because like looking at the scores, there seems to be like 6-5s and 7-6s. It's like like the sort of 6-a-side games you get at like power leagues and stuff like that.
Think of it like futsal, but there's just a sand. There's sand on it. Yeah, the scores are mad. The goals are all mad. I think it's 12-minute quarters. I can't, so long ago now. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, it's a crazy sport. You see like mad highlights of it on TikTok Reels and YouTube and all sorts.
Have you ever come across some of your old clips recently?
No. It's all the Brazilians and the Spanish teams and all that who do it. Now they're good. England was all right, but them teams, they just play it in the air. You can't get near them.
Yeah.
Just ping, ping, and you're like, what is going on? Over a kick.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So is it quite a technical sort of?
Yeah. So the ball, I think it's a bit softer because it's barefooted. It's just a little bit softer, and sometimes the closest thing I can say it's like playing football on grass with a rugby ball. So you don't really know where it's gonna
land,
bounce and move. That's why it's in the air most of the time because that's what you can control. It's very technical. It's very technical. Like the Brazilian teams and stuff like I was saying before are just unbelievable. You can't get near them. But yeah, very technical. But I think that's helped me on the football pitch a little bit, to be honest. With stuff in the air and flicks and all that. But I'm a centre half. I don't really do all that. But
yes. Yeah. So like, how many aside is it, and what sort of? I mean, I guess there isn't really positions, is there, in beach football?
There is positions, but like again, futsal, it's more you rotate more.
Yeah.
Like your position's defender, but you can end up front. Like, but in a real grass football match, that won't happen. But yeah, you move around and stuff like that. It's not regimented really, so that's why I scored a few goals because you end up front or.
So you're still like a defender, but
defender, but you have to chip in sometimes. Yeah, basically. So yeah.
But yeah, like you say, what you said about the rugby ball as well, that sort of analogy that you don't know where the ball's going to land, that must have been one big thing, as you say, that really helped you coming into normal football.
Yeah, because so when I went there, it was all up in the air and flicks and all that, but I was just so used to football, I sort of done it on the floor anyway. So I'd done a bit of both, but it was more on the floor and it worked for me. So just like you flick it past someone, just shoot. But sometimes you can that sport can make you look like a right idiot. Because you can kick it while it's on the floor and it gets stuck in the sand and you just fall over.
Ooh.
So you just look silly and your foot is killing. But yeah, that was the bad bits about it. And sand in your eyes, now that's the worst.
Oh God, yeah. So
for a goalkeeper is the worst. Ooh. Like they catch it and the sand just sprays in their eyes.
Do they not wear goggles or something?
Can if they want, but they don't.
I say no shin pads, no boots. It's all bare almost.
Literally, basically, just barefooted.
Yeah, well, it's really fascinating. But so it sounds like there was a time you were juggling that non-league football and a degree. What was the degree?
Sports science.
Okay, is it something you've still sort of carried on?
So I've got another year left because I left to go Connah's Quay.
Yeah.
Which is, I think there's another talking point on your little sheet.
That's it.
But yeah, Connah's Quay, I went there. So I got like a year left at uni.
Yeah, so Connah's Quay, we'll come on to that as you've mentioned it. Came about in January 2019. So how did that move come about for you?
So then it was at uni. I was working as well at Topgolf.
Oh, nice.
In Chigwell. So that was, I was working behind a bar doing like drinks, coffee sometimes. So that I do it Friday night. Imagine I do it Friday night, finish at 3-4 a.m. and then I'll have a game the next day. And then I have to travel 2 hours to the game because it was West London, my team. And then play. And then that was a bit mad how I done that. No sleep and just working behind a bar. It was mad. Anyway, doing that. And then when I was playing for Hayes in Yeading, I was actually in the January, I was thinking to quit football because I was like, I'm getting no money.
So was this like the sort of second time you were almost falling out of love with football then?
Yeah, basically. I was like, I'm getting no money. I'm working 2 jobs, getting literally nothing. I was like, I'm gonna have to think about doing something else here because this ain't it. And then one of the games, there was a guy watching, and he messaged me on Twitter, and he asked, "How would you like to play in the Welsh League?" And I was like, "What?" I hadn't even heard of the Welsh League. He was like, "Do you want to play in Europa League and Champions League?" I was like, "What? In like this, on this island?" I was like, "Nah, there's no way." Anyway, I was messaging him back and forth. His name's Mark. And then I was like, you know what? I've got nothing to lose. It was full time. I was like, I've got nothing to lose. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go. And I had a 2-day trial because that's what I could get off work. So I was like, this 2 days has got to be good. And then I'd done well. And Andy Morrison at the time, so I was like, yeah, come back. So that's how I went to Connah's Quay. That was like my last sort of, I'm just going to try now.
Yeah.
My last 2 years, full-time. I've never done full-time football.
So they were full-time?
Yeah, I've never done full-time football before. Well, it was like full-time. Some players were part-time, some players were full-time.
Almost like a hybrid.
Yeah, so the older players were part-time. They still had their jobs, and I was full-time. And that was and that's how I got to Connah's Quay. So, yeah.
So it sounds like you didn't know much about the Welsh League either, so you didn't know what you were really going into.
No idea. Nothing about the Welsh League. Nothing about the standard, the teams. Never heard of any of the teams. I just heard Champions League, Europa League, full-time. So I was like, yeah, I'm going.
And, well, the 1920 season, you obviously played a big part in what was a really successful season for them, wasn't it? They won the league and a League Cup, is that right?
Yeah.
So what was that experience like? You know, this must be a massive achievement for a club like them.
Yeah, that was great. I think that was all due to the manager, basically. Andy Morrison. He was like, some people would say he's mad if you didn't know him. But when you know him, well, he's still mad when you know him. But he's for me, he was like the best manager to change me, if you know what I mean. Like I have all the attributes, strength, pace, everything like that. But I was still like a boy when I went there. And then he turned me into a man. I just remember like after one game, he went absolutely ballistic at me. And I was like, wow. And then he just, like one session, like a normal session, like on a Monday or something, he just like took me out for 2 hours, just took me out of the session and just done heading for 2 hours. I was like, what? I left with a headache. Everything was spinning. But basically, he believed in me and basically was just like, all this acting like a boy and that, and then he just turned me into a man, and that's when I started to play well, and the team, we had a great team as well, to be fair. Like, everyone was just 100%, and TNS is the main team.
Yeah.
Been there for years, and then we just took over them, basically, with Andy Morrison, and we just used to beat teams, like, bully everyone. So, yeah, that was a great experience. Yeah, that's what changed me, probably. It made me to the player I am.
Player. So you not only developed Priestley Farquharson, the player, also Priestley Farquharson, the human being.
Basically, yeah, I think so. And then I was away from home, obviously. Yeah, and Craig Harrison, who was the assistant, he also helped me loads. He was more like helping me on the technical side and stuff like that. So them two just turned me into the player I am, basically, and got the confidence back, and then the love of football again started to come back, and then getting a bit of recognition, and you're playing in Europe, which is crazy. So, yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. So you played in the Champions League versus Sarajevo. Was it the Cardiff City Stadium, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that was a Bosnian team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, I guess the only sort of downside to it was COVID times, wasn't it?
Yeah, no fans. Yeah.
Yeah, but still, you've played in the Champions League. Like, does that still like shock you a little bit? And you know, you got to hear that music live. I bet everyone says how it's goosebumps. Was that the feeling, even though there was no fans there?
Yeah, that was crazy. I can't remember if it was that game or another game, but I was a captain, so that was good as well. But yeah, that was mad playing in the Champions League, and you're playing against foreign opposition, so you don't know what to expect. And if there was fans, it'd be way better. But the experience was just crazy. Hearing the music, you think you're never going to play in this. But yeah, and we nearly got through as well, but they got a penalty in literally the last 20 seconds, I think. That was to get extra time penalties. But it's funny because you just defend the whole game.
Oh, really?
Literally just defend the whole game. I remember we played, is it Partizan Belgrade. I think we must have had 5%, 10% possession. We didn't string a pass. We just kept clearing it. We were just basically trying to get to penalties.
Yeah.
And then the only time we went to pass it, they scored.
Oh.
And then that was it. It was like, then it went 2-0, 3-0. And it was just, but yeah, that experience was crazy.
I can say they were only, weirdly, that was probably the only time there were ever one-legged ties, weren't there, again, due to COVID. So that just must have changed the dynamic a lot.
Yeah, everything was, that's why I think we just done what we done.
Yeah.
And then there was Kilmarnock, which was good. That was a home and away. I think that was Europa League. I can't remember. But that was crazy, beating Kilmarnock away to go through because it was only the small club, Quay.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Yeah, that was one of the great times I've had, actually, at Quay.
Yeah, so European football. I mean, like you said, captain, I believe, Dinamo Tbilisi in the Europa League as well. So having those experiences, like European football, like it must have been a dream come true.
Yeah, it literally was. When I was about to quit working behind the bar.
Yeah.
Leaving my job at 4 a.m. to go play the next day. So them moments you're like, wow, I'm grateful for it, basically.
Brilliant stuff. And obviously, that's when, like you said, you got a lot more recognition. So I think it was the January window of 2021 was when Newport came calling, obviously a chance to play in the EFL. So what are your recalls of Newport getting in touch with you, and how did that process happen?
Yeah, that was like, I think it was near the end of the transfer window. So it was only like 2-3 days or something like that. And I just thought I wasn't thinking I was going to get anything anyway.
So it came as a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, but I was playing well. But then I was doing jogs with Jamie Insall. He was a big help as well, actually. Forgot to mention him. He helped me loads. He was always big him up. He was a player.
Okay, teammate.
He was like, just motivating me and stuff. And then we started going jogs at like 1 a.m. on like the weekend and stuff. It was, yeah, anyway. And then, so I just got, who did I get a message or something? I think it was a message of Craig or Andy Morrison. Should we call him Gaffer, really? But, and it just said, come in, I think. And then they said, Newport want you. Well, it was Newport, Stockport, and Dundalk in Ireland.
Yeah.
So I had them three to pick. But yeah, Stockport went in EFL then.
Yeah, the National League, weren't they?
And Dundalk had a great run in the
Europa, was it?
Yeah, that was, I think it was after that or before. I can't remember. But yeah, and Andy Morrison knew Michael Flynn. So I was thinking, that one makes the most sense. And that just came out of nowhere, and it was like, you got 2 days, so come down now basically and sign everything.
So it all moved very, very quickly.
Very quick, like literally got the call and then I was just driving down there with my stuff.
So you literally had to move house again pretty quick, or were you travelling from Connah?
No, I stayed there again from whenever pre-season, then to January, then I just moved. I was in the clubhouse in Connah. So then, yeah, just literally 2 days and then was down there and then just signed it all and came back up and just said bye to all the lads because they was a massive help, obviously helping me play well and stuff. And then, yeah.
And obviously you were thrown straight into it in the EFL, and 5 games into your career at Newport, you played at the Bescot against Walsall in a 1-0 win. Josh Labadie scoring, another former Sadler.
Yeah, back post, I remember that one.
Yeah. Matt Sadler played in that as well.
Did he?
For us, yeah.
I played against the Gaffer.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even remember.
Yeah, I remember there was. So he was player coach that season. That was his first season as player coach, but he played pretty much every game because we'd had like injuries and
Oh, that's
all
why you
that. So
signed me.
he played a lot. And I remember being in the press box that day, and me and Heslop, obviously, who used to work for us, we came out of the game and we mentioned you, like, oh, you really stood out. We knew you'd only just not long joined. It was like, oh, Farquharson really stood out.
Oh, wow. I didn't remember. I didn't even realise I played against the gaffer. Oh, wow. Okay. I remember playing against Flash, Josh Gordon. I remember that because I got a picture of me throwing him on the floor.
So I'm gonna get that game up on Soccer Base and show you. So let's go Priestley Farquharson.
Oh, was that? That was early. That was COVID, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was behind closed doors. It got moved to like a 5:30 kickoff on a Wednesday night or something ridiculous.
Oh yeah, I remember that game actually. We had to go changing like under the stand.
Yeah, so the community hub now. So under the 2-tier stand, that's where you'd have been.
Yeah, that was ages ago.
Okay, so the date of that is February 24th, 2021. So yeah, there's the lineups for you if you want to take a look.
Oh wow, I didn't even realise. That's mad. Yeah, I remember Flash.
James Clark as well on there. Did you play with him at Newport?
Yeah, Clarky.
Yeah, so funny how football throws people together, doesn't it?
I didn't even realise.
Yeah. So obviously, that was so early in your sort of Newport career. Did you find the transition to the EFL easy?
Yeah, it wasn't. I remember just getting thrown in thinking, what am I going to expect? And my first game was right back when I came. Was it a 4? I think it was, 4. Against Grimsby.
Grimsby in a 1-0 win.
Yeah, I played right back. I came on right back. And I was just, that was not that hard. I remember that was fine. And then you just keep going and then you start playing the teams that are up there at that point. And then, I think it was fine. I didn't think, wow, this is really hard. It was just more intense and the players are a bit better. You got to stay concentrated all the time and stuff like that. Because in the Welsh Premier, you can get away with it a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the only probably difference, I thought.
Yeah. Obviously, it was a good season for Newport. They got to the playoff final, albeit heartbreak at the end, but you got to play at Wembley. How proud an achievement was that? And then when you look back at that whole season, it obviously started, I think, in the July or whenever it was for European qualifiers, and then right at the end at Newport and then at Wembley. So how proud of you looking back at that season?
Yeah, that was one of my goals when I was younger, to play at Wembley. Then when I got there, I was like, wow, this stadium is massive. Like when you're actually there, you don't realise how big it is when you're actually on the pitch and it's all like surrounding you. So that was crazy. I thought I achieved a lot in that year. I was thinking I could get promoted to League One, and I only just come in January.
Yeah.
Well, it was basically February.
Yeah.
When I joined. I was thinking, wow, and then we lost, unfortunately. But yeah, it was crazy. It was actually mad.
And then from there, you really established yourself as a League Two player, EFL player. And it was in 2023, the opportunity to come to Walsall happened for you. So why was that point the right time for you to leave Newport, and why Walsall? I
love Newport, I think Newport's like the only club where I thought these people, it's like a family club. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a family club. And everywhere you walk, you just get stopped. And it's just like a family club. And I love Newport, the fans, the players, the staff that were there. Yeah, that was a great time. And then, Walsall, I was in the summer, I think I'm going to have to move on. Even though I loved that at Newport and stuff like that. So I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to go again and then make a step up and stuff like that. Not step up from not Newport to Walsall. I mean, challenge and then go again. But going to Walsall, it just made the most sense, really, because it was a bit closer to home. And my family up north as well. I could go see them. And Birmingham was in the middle of both. So it was perfect, basically. And then I got, Gaffer called me. I had a meeting with Gaffer on the phone. And then he was like, how do you want to play on the right at centre-back again? I was like, oh, because I played well in the middle. I was like, because then Donovan Daniels was the middle centre-back, and he's obviously really good. So I was like, yeah, okay, I don't mind going back there. That's where I started at Newport, right centre-back. That's where I was playing. And then that's how it come around. I was like, okay, yeah. And then just made it happen.
I think we've sort of seen you in sort of both, haven't we? I think Barnett, you came on in the right, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, this season.
Yeah. So we've seen you in...
I've come on right this season, all of them, yeah.
Yeah, so you're pretty comfortable in both positions.
Oh, yeah, I played most of my career as right centre-back, apart from Wycombe. I was a right winger. I was actually a right winger at Wycombe, believe it or not. And then,
well, after that run at MK Dons, I can believe it, actually.
Yeah, see? I only played centre-back. I started playing centre-back at university when I was like 19, 20.
So again, late coming into
late
that.
as a centre-back. And that's why I was saying that Andy Morrison turned me into a man. So I was a bit like, I had all the attributes, but it didn't really matter if I didn't really know. Because I didn't want to head because I was a right winger before.
Yeah.
And then I just learned how to head because he made me head, always shout at me.
So that looking back those 2 hours now.
Literally, that's what I mean. That's when he turned me into a man. Centre-back, you can't be soft, basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was backtracking. But, yeah, been on a right of a 3 when I've played and come on. So, yeah.
I remember you were a particularly eye-catching signing for us at that time, having done so well at Newport and definitely quite a big name in League Two. So there was a lot of excitement when you did sign. So how frustrating was it with you? I remember it was it at the open training session about 4 days before the season, picking up an injury. Like, how annoying was that for you?
Oh, I know. It was yeah, I remember the time I played really well that season. I had literally about 25 clubs who wanted me. And I was like, wow, I've never had this sort of thing before.
So Walsall picked at 24 other clubs to your signature.
I could have went League One, but I didn't. I chose not to.
So did you mentioned the gaffer? Did he sort of also persuade you? Obviously, I know that the location was a thing, but did he have a big sort of swing in your decision as well?
Yeah, and Labs was there before. He was at Newport. And, yeah, basically that was it. Persuaded. And the thing with the League One and going higher was stuff, I wanted to make sure I played. Because League One, I don't know if I was going to start. I don't know.
Yeah.
I won't say the teams that wanted me, but, yeah, I didn't know. I just wanted to go somewhere where I'd definitely play. And I wanted to go, obviously, Walsall and kick on. But that was a plan before I signed anyway. But, yeah, what was the question again? I went on time.
So it was about 4 days before the start of your first season, that open training session, picking up an injury. How annoying was that for you?
Really frustrating. I remember it was my groin. And 4 days, I was like, oh, really, my luck. I just literally signed up. Pre-season was good. Everything was fine. Then 4 days, I went, oh, God. But I didn't think nothing of it. I just thought, I'll be right after that. And then, yeah, the injuries killed me, but it is what it is.
I was going to say, that season, I think you came back, had a good run of form, then picked up another one in the autumn, and then came back at sort of December time. Went on a really good run, didn't you? Like, the results sort of turned. I'll always remember that Notts County game. I think that was one of your first starts back.
Yeah.
Where everything seemed to turn. And then from then on, we had that great run over Christmas, you scoring at Grimsby. So do you feel like that was one of your best periods at the club?
Yeah, I remember that Notts game. Because that's when I was coming back and they were trying to get me back soon. But I was like, oh, my body, it's not 100% yet. And then I don't know how many I played before the Notts County game, but that's when I felt like it turned around as well. That's when it was like, I think people thought we were just going to lose.
Yeah.
And then we went there and we were 1-0 down, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1-0 down, and then I was played well that game, and then everyone just played well, and we got into a huddle.
Yeah.
Because I got everyone into a huddle basically saying, come on, let's just step up basically. And then, yeah, we won that game, and then we just went on a little, I think things were going well again. And yeah, my first goal against Grimsby actually come off my downstairs. Did it even come off my, yeah. But I claim it doesn't matter what it hits, does it? But yeah, that was my first goal, and then yeah.
Yeah, and then it's again, obviously, I think you ended that season on the sidelines, but again, got a good pre-season back under your belt. Started the season unbelievably. I think we beat Morecambe, then the Swindon game.
Yeah.
And then again, Tranmere.
I know.
What was going through your mind when you went down that day?
Yeah, that one was probably the worst one. I was like, so when I sprinted down the line, I think I'd done it before. So I done
before in the game?
Yeah, I done 2 tackles, and the second tackle, I got up to turn around, and my foot got caught in his lace, and it but I weren't looking, and it just pulled, where it was, and I just thought nothing of it. And then literally the sprint after it went, and I was like, oh, my luck is just terrible, basically.
I mean, what are the chances of getting your foot stuck in someone's laces?
I know, it's because I didn't know it got stuck, so I weren't my body weren't tensing, basically.
Yeah.
And then I felt it, and I was like, oh, it's nothing, just get on with it. Then done the sprint, and then I just felt it completely just pop, basically. And it just went, my leg just went numb, and I was like, because normally injuries, you feel pain. That one was just like, the whole leg just went numb, and I was like, this is not good. Then I got a bit upset, because I'm like, I done everything, I bought everything. The leg things, ice baths every day, massage gun, literally everything, diet pristine. And then it went, I was like, what is going on?
That's the sort of thing people don't see, isn't it? All the work you put in the background and
literally
trying everything you can.
Literally. And then that was tough, and I was thinking, this football thing, because I don't know how many injuries I had before that at Walsall. I feel like I had loads. And then I was like, okay, this is it. And then when that happened, I was like, oh, my mental health, I didn't have no mental health, but I was like thinking, football is really annoying me.
Yeah.
And then 3 months, 4 months, I'm like, all right, come on. There's worse things going on in the world. There's wars, people are dying, there's homelessness. I'm like, it's only football, it's just an injury, get on with it. And then I done it again in training. The same one. I don't think I was ready to come back, and it just must have just popped again, and then I had them thoughts, but what got me through it is there's a lot of things in this world that are a lot worse than an injury. I'm still getting paid. Do you know what I mean? And that's how I had to think of it. There's a lot of people struggling out there, so mine's just an injury. I'll be okay. And all the boys got me through it and stuff, and it was tough, but I came back now. So
I think I wanted to ask, was there a point last season where you thought, oh, I'm just done here? Like, did it ever cross your mind? I don't know where I'll go from here. Even thoughts even quitting. Because you couldn't blame anyone for the rotten luck you had. Did that ever cross your mind?
Yeah, of course it did. I literally thought, what is the point? I do everything, and it's still impacting me. There's people that go out every week, eat rubbish, get drunk. I do nothing. And I was just trying to be like a professional. I still get injured. I'm like, why? Maybe someone's telling me something. Maybe God's telling me something. That sort of mindset, But then I thought, it's probably better happening to me than someone who's weaker than me, if you know what I mean, mentally. I can deal with it. And that's how I sort of saw it. And obviously I know how good I am, and everyone says you'd be in the championship if you weren't with all these injuries, but I'm like, I'm here, is what it is. I'm at the Saddlers, I'm enjoying it. Gaffer still trusts me and stuff like that, so that's what means a lot to me. It doesn't matter where I could have been. I'm here now, so, and hopefully we can get promotion. So we started well. It's not all about me, really. It's about the team, and Gaff always backs me, the staff, the players. So yeah, I just got to kick on, basically.
Yeah, that's it. We have got a really good environment at the training ground. Everyone's so welcoming. It's like a band of brothers. And you mentioned how, when you were struggling, there was that sort of mentality switch where you're like, look, there's worse going on in the world. There's literally worse that could happen. Was there someone who sort of put that in your mind, or was there like a light bulb moment in you? How did that change in mentality happen?
That was me personally. That was just me just reflecting and stuff. And it's going to be okay. It's an injury. Like, you get your criticism, like you can't stay fit, all this rubbish. Like, it doesn't bother me, that stuff. It just, you got to use it as motivation, basically, and keep going. That's it. And my missus and my mum helped me a lot to keep going in times, because behind closed doors, all fans see and people see is the stuff on the pitch, and you're not on the pitch. They have no idea what happens, like behind. And I had family problems. I had my dad who had some health issues. They had no idea and stuff like that. But you just gotta keep going. Like I said before, I'm grateful to be where I am.
Yeah, we're all human beings, aren't we?
And lots of people want to play football, and I'm in that position, so I'm just grateful that I can do what I do, basically.
Yeah. So, sort of coming into this season, back end of last season, when you sort of recovered and you were in a position to start playing again, is there anything you've done differently? Anything Fenners has done differently, or Meldrick? Is there already other conversations that you've had to sort of manage you through this season?
Yeah, so what was hard for Fenners, who's a strength and conditioning coach, and everyone at Walsall, was at Newport. I can't remember how many games, 37 or something, like straight games. I didn't barely train.
Oh, okay.
I literally play a game, could be inside for 3-4 days on the bike, go out for patterns of play and formation and play. And that was literally, they call me the Ledley King of League Two, because I never trained, I just used to play. But Graham Coughlin, who was the manager, basically said, you have to play well, because he wants everyone to train, like everyone else wants everyone to train. But he said, if you don't play well, you have to train. But I was playing well, so he's like, all right, you don't have to train, because I was coming back from a knee injury then, so I didn't want to aggravate it, basically. So we had a little like deal, basically. And then Walsall, it's the opposite. They want me to do like loads of most running I've done in my life, basically, because my body needs to adjust.
Yeah,
because of the injuries that I've had and stuff like that. And that's what's the difference is, basically. So I do a training session, I've got to hit a certain amount of HSR, which is high speed running, kilometers, and then now after every training session I do a bike session, basically just to make sure, basically training is harder than a game.
Yeah,
is basically the idea. So when you're at a game, it's easier, you've done everything. And I think that was probably my problem before the injury started, that I wasn't doing everything like that on the pitch, maybe, in the training sessions. So now Fenners is really, like, you have to hit it. Yeah. There's no, like, if you're 5 meters off it, you've got to do the 5 meters, even if you've done 1,000.
Yeah.
Basically, is that sort of regimented, and that's why I think we've done so well as well. Not just for me,
as a
but
team.
the past 2 years.
Yeah.
I think that's why we've done well last year, but yeah, done so well, because we just run all over. We just fitter than everyone.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. We sprint more than everyone, fitter than everyone, and that's how it seems. And obviously we got good players, which helps. So, but for me, yeah, that's what I've just got to do more on the training ground than I've ever done, basically, to train my body.
Well, certainly from what we've seen at the training ground, you obviously all the team are, but you're certainly working your socks off, and you've been working your socks off on a few other things as well. Obviously, particularly when you probably had a spell out injured and things like that. But Farquhar, we can see you there in your hoodie of your clothing brand. Yep, there you go. What inspired you?
So that was so when I got injured, the first one.
In your first season here?
No, sorry. Last season with the quad.
The Tranmere game?
Yeah, the Tranmere. I was obviously out for a long time, 4 months or something like that. And I was like, and I had the injuries before, I was like, I have to do something now, because you never know with football. And I've always loved clothing, and I could never it was more I could never find a fit that fits me, because I feel like I'm tall, but then my body's taller than some bits, and then my legs are wider, and then you can never get a fit, basically. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to start a clothing brand to help me after football, and I like clothes. So it just made sense. And then I started it in like August. Like, I'd done the trademark and stuff. And then I first started selling in March last year.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how I done it. And I thought I need to do something, basically. And yeah, I like clothes, and yeah, that's how it started.
So it's sounds like obviously it's been in the pipeline for quite a while, and something you've had in mind for a long time.
Yeah. It weren't just like, oh, I got injured, I'm going to start it. I always liked clothes.
Yeah.
I always thought about making my own brand, and it's cool to have your own business and try and expand and help people out and stuff like that with clothing, some giveaways and stuff like that. But yeah, that's how I started it, and I just want to keep growing it, basically, alongside football, because I have a lot of time outside of football. Like, some days you finish at 1, so you have the old days. Instead of wasting my time, might as well do something I want to do, and start a business. And I've just got some tracks, taking it slow. I don't want to rush it and make rubbish, and I want everything to be the best quality. I hate buying stuff that's crap.
Yeah.
I'd rather it's simple. This is just simple.
It looks smart.
But it's just really comfy. And this room is really hot. But I'm keeping it on to get some exposure. But yeah, that's how I started it.
Going well?
Yeah, it's going well. Like I said, taking it slow. Met the targets that I want. Got a new one coming out. Yeah, got a new one. Probably in December, maybe November.
Just in time for Christmas.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Getting Christmas presents. But yeah, that's why I started it and stuff like that.
So where can any Saddlers fans listening, watching, where can they buy? How do you recommend they go? Just Google Farquharson.
Google it, or go on my Instagram, my personal one, or my Farquharson one, and you'll see it there. But that's how I started it. So.
Good stuff. Really great to see, and glad it's going well. So Saddlers fans, go check it out. Just finally on that, is that something you'd advise a lot of the younger lads to do, whether it's a business or just have something that's non-related to football while you're playing?
Yeah.
Whether touch wood, nothing happens, but in case anything does happen, or for when you do retire, because I think we see Jammer, he's doing some work as well, and I think Donovan Daniels did a qualification last year as well. So is that something you'd advise all the younger lads?
Oh yeah, definitely. And sometimes to take a negative to a positive. So I took my injury sort of kick-started it. So I'm like, I definitely want to do something. And definitely for younger people, because I think a lot of footballers are like, they just can't be asked to start it, and they never think of the worst and stuff like that. So that's why people like Lowy, he's doing his degree. Yeah. He might have done it now. Sam's done his degree. Donovan. Jammer's got his insurance. Unks.
Yes.
Shout out to Unks, by the way.
Yeah.
What a legend. He's got his Unks 37.
Yeah.
And he was a big help as well, because you saw that Brilliant. Simon Squibb video.
Yes.
That was all because of Unks. And because that was a big opportunity. And I was like, I don't want to. Basically, he was eating his nails.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to distract him or anything. He was like, nope, we're going over there.
Where was that?
That was day before player final.
So it was in London?
Nando's, yeah. And he was just in there. And I was like, who's that? And then I was like, oh yeah, it's the guy off TikTok. And Unk's like, nope, we're going over there. And Unks didn't even care about Unks 37. He just focused on me. That's when you know he's a top guy and a nice guy, because he just wanted to focus on my brand. He didn't care about his brand, basically.
What a legend.
But yeah, anyway, what a legend. And yeah, you have to start something, because you never know in football. And you shouldn't just start it because of something negative. You should start it anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's just something good to have. Whatever it is you want to do, be a barber, I don't know, degree, whatever. It's good to get ahead of the game, basically. Because I know some footballers who've retired and they're like, oh, what do I do now? Or, yeah, instead of wasting your time, I don't know, going out or, I don't know, smashing video games, I don't know, just an hour a day maybe doing something. Or it doesn't have to be a degree, it could be electrician course, I don't know, some sort of course to help you after, basically. So, yeah, I think it's a really good idea, and hopefully I can be an example to younger players.
Brilliant. Oh, absolutely. I'm sure you are really consummate pro, and I just want to thank you for being so open and honest with us. You know, really insightful. I'm sure all Saddlers fans listening will have enjoyed it. So, Priestley, thank you. It's been great seeing you out there this season as well, and the team doing so well so far. So, thanks again so much for your time, and thanks for joining us.
No, thank you. You open up a bit, Paul. We're a bit tense. No, thank you for having me on.
Brilliant. Thank you for listening to the first Saddlers podcast.